Aloha friends, and welcome back to the kitchen. My name is Maria Emmerich. I'm a nutritionist who specializes in the keto and carnivore diet. And today I'm going to show you how to make these really delicious protein forward lava cakes. We're using, all you need is Equip protein powder, which is made from beef. It's awesome. We're going to use unsweetened baking chocolate. We have some allulose. We have butter and 6 eggs, because we're going to use 3 eggs and 3 yolks. And then we're going to use some coconut milk. You could use heavy cream, whatever you want, but I'm going to show you how to make this really good. All right, my friends, to start, you want 6 ramekins, and I am going to grease them with some butter. You could use coconut oil, tallow, lard, whatever you want. But I'm just going to grease these up like that. You want those lava cakes to slide right out. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing this. I actually just got back from meat stock, which was in the mountains of Tennessee, and it was really, really beautiful. They needed a little bit more help, so I spent most of the time cooking, but you know, I love that. Better than small talk. Any other introverts out there? So, and then once they are all greased up, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of allulose in there. And if you like the lava cakes from my 30-day cleanse book, you're gonna love these. All right, I need more room. And that recipe calls for 8, but we're gonna make these a little bit bigger because they're just that good. They taste great with my protein ice cream. All right, almost there, sorry guys. Speed this up. Okay. And I can't believe how many people were at that event. It was fantastic. And I read the book, A Walk in the Woods. It was one of my favorite books ever. And it takes place in the on the Appalachian Trail. And so I was having like a little bit of flashbacks to that book. I love that book. I used to read it every spring. Okay, so now we have a little bit of allulose, and I'm just gonna put about a teaspoon in each one and spread that around. This is just gonna ensure that it comes out really well. Kind of like have that stick to the butter in there. And then we'll set these aside. All right. Now you want unsweetened baking chocolate, okay? And not cocoa powder, that's different. That won't work for this. Okay, I got those stacked. I'm gonna grab a knife here, and we're gonna chop this up fine, okay? And it's just, the ingredients are just, where are the ingredients? It's just chocolate, 1 ingredient, so check this out. I like this better than Ghirardelli. Ghirardelli just has a, I don't know, I'm a super taster, so I can taste all that weird stuff. I thought Ghirardelli would be better, but I like this Baker's better. So you want it fine, just like that. Then it will melt easier. Now you can do this over the stovetop or the microwave, it's your choice. And we're gonna melt this with 3/4 cup of, you could use butter, you could use butter flavored coconut oil, you could use coconut oil, any of those. So let's get this bowl out. I have 3/4, so a stick and a half. I'm using salted butter, it's your choice there, because the Equip we're using has salt in it. You always want to add salt to your desserts. It's a flavor enhancer. So this and the chocolate. Okay, now I'm going to stick this in the microwave. I'll catch you back in a little bit. Okay, friends, this is the mixture. You want to gently heat chocolate because it could separate and not do so good. So you want to do a gentle heat when you do this, and then just stir that up so it's well combined. And again, you can do this over a stovetop if you want to, in a pot, not the glass bowl. Okay, now that that's all mixed together, we are going to grab a different bowl And we are going to add 2 scoops of Equip Prime protein powder. And they are so generous. If you use code Maria, you save big time on your order. So we'll put our 2 scoops in here. 1 and 2. Love this stuff. It's pretty much always in my suitcase. I like to do this really delicious shake with a scoop of this, a scoop of their salted caramel. I add a little stevia glycerite, and I usually use this coconut milk, and I add brown butter, and I mix it together, super good. I'm gonna add some stevia glycerite to this. This is a non-bitter stevia. We're gonna add a 1/2 cup of allulose, and we want 1/4 cup of, again, coconut milk, heavy cream, whatever you want. I know I eyeball everything. And then we want 3 eggs and 3 yolks. So 1, 2, and 3. You probably should do this in another bowl to make sure you don't get any shells in there. And then we'll do 3 yolks. So I'll put the whites in this bowl. If you get a little white in there, it's fine. 1, 2, and 3. This will make it nice and thick and rich. Now, I do have my oven on at 400 degrees, but the coolest thing about this recipe is you can make the batter and put it in ramekins and then wait to bake them until you have your guests or your dinner party come. Sorry, I need to wipe my hands down here. And then you just make this delicious dessert. Now, mix this together, and then we'll add our melted chocolate to this. You could use a hand mixer if you want to. It's up to you. And then we're gonna add this. Should get a spatula. Sorry, my friends. This is my favorite spatula. I always look for this one. Add this. Yeah, we went to this farm at Meatstock. That was great. It's a rainy day. And later today, my boys and I are gonna have a pizza making competition. I'm gonna use my carnivore crust. It's really good. Okay, now at this point, you can taste it and just know that some of the sweetness will bake off. So it won't be quite as sweet as it is right now. Whenever you bake something, it gets a little less sweet. Now for our ramekins, we'll take our measuring cup and fill those up about 2/3 of the way. And then again, you can cover these and put them in the fridge or freezer. And then this is what I did. This is why I thought of this recipe. So before, I don't know, 20 some years ago, I was a part of the Clean Plate Club. So I would make my flourless chocolate torte, which is kind of like this. And I would just keep taking a little bite, a little bite, a little bite, until I realized, okay, I'm gonna make one, put the rest in the freezer, and bake only one. Because by the time I finished eating this, sure, I wanted more, but I had to go through the trouble of thawing it, baking it, and letting it cool a little bit. I stopped, I learned to stop, so that was pretty helpful. So 1, pretty sure I'll get 6 out of here. And then I'm gonna bake them for about 9 minutes. Let them cool a bit before I try to take them out, and I'll show you how to do that so you don't break them. All right, catch you back in about 9 minutes. And here they are, just about done. Okay friends, here they are. They just came out of the oven, and they look like this one looks a little underdone. See the jiggly? But they're gonna continue, like this is really hot. They're gonna continue to cook a little bit until they are cool enough so they're not continuing to bake. But I'm gonna wait a few minutes until I'm gonna take them out, and I'll show you how we do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna take it out of the ramekin by taking a knife rim it around the edge. Put a plate like this, flip it over, and ta-da! We have lava cake. I'll open it in a minute. It's gonna ooze out. I'm gonna garnish it with some cream. Ooh, it's still hot. And I'm gonna slice up the strawberry. Put it like that. And ta-da! Kai's gonna love this. Hey Kai, how's it going?
Good.
I know it's kind of early for you, but we got cake for breakfast. It's packed with protein. Why don't you give us a rating 1 through 10 and let us know what you think. You gotta get like that molten inside. It's like all lava in there.
It's good.
What would you rate it?
9.
Ooh, a 9, and you don't even like chocolate, do you?
Yeah.
You don't have to talk into it like that. He doesn't even like chocolate, and we get a 9. What do you want to tell people, Kai?
Cook with your kids.
Cook with your kids. And if you try this, comment below to let everybody else know just how delicious it is. Mahalo, everybody.
Mahalo.
When I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with PCOS, acid reflux, depression, and IBS. Instead of taking those prescription drugs, I decided to change my life with food. Yes, food healed me, and it's healed so many of my clients over the past 20 years of working with people. If you are interested in transforming your life, check out ketomaria.com. I'd be honored to help you.